Hello, I would like to announce that we have rebranded. Now, I know it's a little cheeky of me to announce this rebranding when I wasn't the one who branded this thing in the first place. But I think my idea, my notion of the form that the rebranding will take, I think is pretty erudite, pretty reasonable, and I don't see any reason anyone would have any trouble with it. We've got more news that is related to a certain story that broke in November of 2016, and that involved WikiLeaks and someone named John Podesta and certain emails that were written by John Podesta and Tony Podesta and others, and Marina Abramovich, the performance artist slash spirit cook. You know the phenomenon to which I refer, and a certain establishment in our nation's capital, a certain food establishment, with a name that's sort of like Meteor. Meteor, and then the other part of it is sort of like pool. Like, think of pool, except with lighter balls, and you use a racket, and why don't we just say table tennis? Okay, so it's in Washington D.C., and it's Meteor table tennis. So this whole, I think you pretty much know what I'm talking about here, and the name under which this all went, and then of course the effort to shut it all down, the effort to make it all to cast aspersions upon anyone who ever noticed anything, to say that it had been debunked when no such thing had ever happened. But nevertheless, what remains to this date is that the use of that term, that often hashtagged term, to describe this thing, this scandal, became something that you just couldn't say online. Or else, it would get suppressed. It would get, it would get censored. You'd be putting yourself in danger of, getting kicked off social media if you mentioned it, if you even mentioned it. And I saw all that happen. I saw all that play out in real time. So, right now, what we've got going on is a recent arrest of a reporter, a journalist by the name of Slade Sumer. And Slade Sumer was found to have all kinds of material on his laptop and on his phone, and you can basically guess what the material was. Okay, I guess we can still say CP, right? You have to censor. That's the most maddening thing about this venue, is that you have to censor everything, or people feel the need to censor. I don't know if you have to, people feel the need to censor everything. So you can't even say murder. If you don't want to get demonetized, people are afraid of saying murder, so they blank out murder, or they blank out rape, or they say grape instead of raped. It's just so. I mean, it's new heights of absurdity. But anyway, Slade Sumer. I suggest you look that name up and download some of the material that you find. I mean, not the material. Not God, that came out wrong. That you download the articles or the revelations that come out regarding this person who was arrested and is now, I believe, out on bond. Nevertheless, I'll see if I can include his arrest record, or the details of his arrest, the official details of his arrest below. So why is Slade Sumer important? How does he relate to this whole thing? This phenomenon, which I'm rebranding. How does he relate to all of this? Well, it seems that he and a certain advisor to a certain female presidential aspirant in 2016, who came under a lot of fire. It seems that Slade Sumer and this man with the initials JP, it seems that they were friendly with one another, that they were acquainted with one another, and it seems that Slade Sumer what would be the word? That he ran interference for some who, like JP and others of his associates, were accused or were seemed to be severely compromised based on certain emails that were exposed by WikiLeaks. In other words, he played the role of the debunker, and that there's a tweet where JP thanks him for the things that he's done. I'll see if I can post that as well. So now this guy who was covering up for all of these kinds of activities, these kinds of heinous activities involving children, involving powerful adults doing things to children, he has been arrested after it was found that he had all kinds of really grody material. Some good you'll like some 80s terminology there. Some really disgusting, appalling, grody to the max stuff on his phone, and on his laptop. So I suggest that we rechristen this entire scandal, and we now call it calzone door. Calzone door. From henceforth, let us call this calzone door, and let's be, innocent as doves, but shrewd as serpents in how we talk about this, because we know how they, how the principalities, powers, thrones, and dominions. We know how they go after people. If they, we know how they create brand names or find brand names, and then when it becomes in there, when it gets to be when the time is right, when they feel that they can pull their dirty tricks, then they just run an endless barrage of spurious articles, spurious pseudo news reports, spurious debunkings in which they thoroughly vilify this term, that term, the other term, and that's what they did with the term for this entire scandal. They made it so that if you were using that term, you were looked at as somebody who was purveying misinformation. So henceforth, this shall be called calzone door. Hashtag calzone door. I don't know, just my thought. What do y'all think? Are you up for it? Anyway, see below for more information about this Slade Sumer character. And thanks for watching.